So according to Canon Rumors, the high megapixel R5s is actually a thing, and it may be even better than we thought.
I don't believe you.
So according to this leak, which is a CR3, they say that there is 100 plus megapixel camera coming called the R5s, and it will be coming in the first half of 2023. Now, besides the 100 plus megapixel sensor and the first half of 2023 with a possible announcement at the end of this year, Canon Rumors really did not give us much more than that. But it is fun to speculate, and that's what I'm here for. So some of the speculation is contingent on what I believe the R1 will have, which I still think is going to be in prototype form at this year's World Cup. But even if the R1 isn't there in prototype form and doesn't come out till well in the future, this is still where I see the progression of the R5, or at least the R5s, and how Canon is going. I do still think it will have the Digic X processor, but instead of just having one, I think it will have two Digic X processors, meaning essentially they'll be able to double the processing power of the R5. And while the R5 has a 45 megapixel sensor that is capable of 20 frames per second electronic and 12 frames per second mechanical, I think that they will stick with that same model, and even with 100 megapixels, they will have the 20 frames per second electronic and the 12 frames per second mechanical. Even if you have to lower the bit depth, I never can get that depth. Even if you have to lower the raw files to 12-bit to get the maximum speed. Being that this is going to be a photography camera first, I do not see them focusing too much on the video, but I still do not see them dropping the 8K. I think that this will have 8K, but it will be doing some form of pixel binning in order to give the full width of the sensor, and or maybe they will offer a cropped 8K mode that is oversampled. As far as the 4K goes, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe they will stick with 4K 120 or drop it down to 4K 60. But like I said, they're not really focusing in on video with this camera. This is going to be a stills camera first. And since it is a still camera first, I think that they're going to up the EVF, and they will go with something like a 9 million dot EVF, kind of like what's in the recent Sony cameras. As far as the autofocusing goes, I'm sure it's going to be top notch like all the other Canon cameras, but I do think that they will be adding all the different type of things that you can track in the R3 and the R7. Now, as far as the body is concerned, I really do not see them mixing it up too much. I think it will be very similar to the Canon R5, and it will probably have the fully articulating screen because that seems to be the way they're going. Even with the R3, which is a very photocentric camera, they have that flip out screen. But I would like to see them do similar to what the Panasonics have been doing and give you a flip out and a flip over screen. I think it would be the perfect camera to introduce that with if they do not introduce that with the R1. Now, as far as pricing is concerned, I think ever since the Nikon Z9 came out with that very stellar price point, Canon seemed to back off the gas of raising the price too much. I think this will come in right at $44.99, basically the same price as the R5C. I think that makes really good sense from a marketing perspective as well. But those are just my thoughts and speculations about the camera. Drop in the comment section below and let me know, what are your thoughts about the camera? Are you excited that Canon is going to be releasing a 100 plus megapixel sensor? Or do you kind of think that that's maybe overdoing it? Let me know all that in the comment section below, and be sure to use my affiliate links. They're down there. It really helps support the channel. If you've liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And until next time, peace.